Hello, this is Julia C. Welcome to 408 Home and Loan. Now, it's close to 2026. We're going to share with you some new laws that affect the real estate, landlord, tenant, or maybe just a mobile home or common interest. What is to look out for the new law? It for each of the law bill. You can look at the through the website like right here, you can check on it. Um, See that right here? That's the law. Based on the bill number, you can find out more information about it. So let's quickly go through some of the laws that might affect the real estate. First one, it's an antitrust algorithm of collusion. So this is like a prohibit use of a common pricing algorithm as part of the contract. So this is not going to affect most of the people. For its main purpose is antitrust, so it's not going to be affect most of the people. So we're going to quickly go skip this one. You can look at more detail based on the bill number 325. Okay. Now, next one is advertising, digital or auto imaging. This is more for a real estate broker or real estate agent, or for the for sale by owner. So if you put the house on for sale, and then you're using the digital imaging and you change the imaging for advertising to make it look better, like in a fireplace, you put on the fire there. Those are changing the imaging. Then you have to describe that you have changed it, or you provide another picture that is not have not been changed. So this is more effective broker and for sale by owner. Now, next one is a balcony inspection deadline. This one here is the if the inspector found this a balcony has a asbestos that is need to be removed, then you have about 9 months to remove it, and then after that you have 3 months to do the final inspection. So this is more affecting for the HOA or the homes sell with the balcony. And the next one is a contract. This is more like prevent people taking advantage in a fire affected zip code area. So in this one, it's a prohibit unsolicited offer in a fire zone zip code area until beginning of the 2027. So this is the zip code area, or this zip code that you cannot take advantage of them. So most of them for that. Next one is a defensive space. This is more of a new requirement for the State Board of uh, Forestry and Fire Protection. It's required to have this new regulation to do a resistance zone require within 5 feet of the structure. So this is a new requirement. And if you're building a home in a fire zone area, then you may want to put more pay more attention to this one. And the next one is a disclosure for HOA balcony inspection. Now, in a general HOA disclosure does not have this one, but now it's kind of like part of the standard HOA disclosure. It has to include that. So for a condo, you make sure you pay attention to that. Now, another one is about disclosure. It's a third-hand smoke. This one you have to disclose if your house has a third party smoking, like either a tenant or yourself. If it's smoke, then you have to disclose. Now, the next one is a FinSEN reporting. This is anti-money laundering rule. So for transaction in all cash, now they require the closing escrow or third title company to respond to report to submit this report. So for anti money laundering law. Next one is the HOA fine. Okay, HOA fine has a limit to $100 per violation, unless the violation is related to health or safety in a common area. So this is a restriction on HOA fining too much. Okay, and then next one is about private plan checking to expedite the permit. Now, if you are doing a rehab and you submit the permit, the city taking longer than 30 days, and then you can hire a private reviewer to do it. So this purpose is to making it faster for building, kind of like giving a little burden on the building department of each city. So this is Bill 253. For people are doing rehab, this is a good to check on more detail. Next one is it's a housing related to the expand allowable use in the area. This is more for like a major transit hub area, like a bus and bar or train station close to that area. And then you have a more allowable expansion. So if you are doing a rehab or a rebuild home near the public transit, check out this law detail. So this is Bill 79. Now, next one is related to the insurances. If there's a claim, proceed, pay to the like a lender or something, then the lender has to pay back you for the interest. So they cannot just hold your money, they have to pay you back for the interest. Okay, next one is related to insurance as a fair plan. Now, the FAIR plan in California, so it's allow if there's a claim, then allow the insurance plan to issue a bond to finance the cost of the claim. So this is a new thing for the insurance FAIR plan. Most people don't like the FAIR plan, but this is Bill 226. Check it out. Now, next field one is related to the landlord and the tenant law. Now, electric return of security deposit, if the security deposit is made initially made by electronically, like through like Venmo or whatever, a Zelle or direct deposit, then when you return the deposit, you can use electronic way too. But if it's a multiple tenant, then it will be returned by check, okay? Then it's more about landlord and tenant. So and this is related to remediation after the disaster. If it's after the disaster, it's a landlord to undertake or fix any part of the necessary. So that's a landlord responsibility, and then the duty of the landlord to undertake one or both the following, like remove all this disaster and mitigation hazard related disaster, and then give it a reasonable time and a notice to the tenant, and then you have to give the tenant right to return to the unit. So this is more related to disaster. Okay, so this is like Senator Bill 610. Now the next one is still a landlord and tenant relationship about the internet service. So you have to give the right to the tenant to using a different internet service. You cannot dictate it, like, you say, you cannot use, as a landlord, you cannot force the tenant to use a particular internet service. So give them a right to opt out. That's a Bill 1414. Next one is safety maximum indoor temperature. Now you have to establish a policy to state that the rental unit must be able to maintain a safe maximum indoor temperature starting January 2027. So that's another law, kind of not understand why you have to be doing that. Next one is a short-term rental during the stay of an emergency. Okay. So this is under the current law, the tenant who has remained in occupant on a property for 30 days or more is typically entitled to the benefit of formal court procedures, such as unlawful detainer. But under this law, the residents of lodging would not enjoy this legal right until the guest has in the lodging for 270 days. So this is a kind of a little bit better for the landlord for short-term rental. Next one, it's a landlord and tenant. So a landlord required to have a stove and refrigerator for the tenant. So this is simple, easy to understand. Next one is related to the Social Security benefit tenant. So this law is like allow the tenant to stay in the property if the tenant is receiving like a Social Security benefit, and because the Social Security system is down or something that was late and they could not get the money, and so we just have to, you cannot just ask them to move out because of late or not paying until the system is up, and then they can pay you later. So this is kind of like helping people with the Social Security benefit. Next one is related to the licensee, like a real estate broker. And now email address is it's not appropriate information anymore. Okay, so it's not required. Next one is related to a mobile home. The FAIR Plan insurance also apply to the mobile home and manufactured home. Okay, next one, in turn for the people in a LA wildfire disaster, then the mortgage forbearance it's up to 12 months. So this is kind of temporary relief for the LA wildfire people. Okay, the next one is service of procedures. This one is making a little bit more difficult, more stricter to for substitute service. So it requires the party to show a reasonable, doing a reasonable diligence to attempting to deliver the service. Have to take some photos and in a multiple time zone instead of like, three same time and each day. So it's a little bit more strict on the service. I think that's it for related to this real estate law. So for 2026. So hopefully will help you at least give you a quick summary. At least you can look at each bill number and then to check out more information that related to what you are doing. Okay. Thank you for tuning. Hope you have a great, safe 2026 based on the new law. Okay. See you next time. Bye.